Rebecca Brand, and today we're making a really healthy kids lunch with a basic tuna fish sandwich. This is my favorite recipe for a tuna fish salad sandwich. This is what goes in a recipe. Gotta have your can of tuna. I'm using tuna that is packed in water because it has less oil. I use a little salt and mayonnaise. I use 1 green onion, 1 stalk of celery for that crunch, some wheat bread today, and then I'm gonna make a little snack for my little camper. My camper's gonna get a cucumber and cream cheese cracker sandwich, and then a little fruit, and today we have seedless watermelon. So we gotta open our tuna. Some of you, I bet, have never even used a can opener, and that's okay. You've gotta start to learn to cook somewhere. Let me stop and show you how to use a can opener before I finish the opening. There is a can opener. You've got to put that sharp blade right into the can and then grip it, click, and then you turn. Some of you might need to know that. You may not have used one before. I have a lot of young cooks that watch my channel. Now we have to drain our tuna and get all that water out. So press the top of the lid into the tuna and squeeze out that water. And when it stops coming out, you're done. Careful when you take the lid out because it is sharp and it can cut you. That's not coming out so easily. So I'm going to use a fork to take it out carefully. You got to put your tuna into a bowl. This is the basic of sandwiches. I grew up on these. Problems in the kitchen. Let's break up our tuna. Good enough. Now make sure you wash your vegetables before you use them. They can have pesticides or dirt from the field. For the green onion, I cut off the roots and the tips. If they're looking a little wilted, that one looks a little wilted to me. I don't want him in there. He's out. Now, I don't like a big bite of onion because it's a little stingy on my tongue. So I'm gonna cut him even smaller, and I just cut him up the center. And the same thing with my celery. I want little tiny bites of celery. I do not want one big hunk because it's not gonna stick in my sandwich very good. So I've cut him vertically, and now we're gonna do horizontal. I'm gonna cut them together because it saves me time. Chop, chop, chop. Keep your fingers way away from that knife. Oh my gosh. And then in goes your vegetables with your tuna. I add a pinch of salt to it, and quite a generous pinch of salt. I think it needs it. Now I'm gonna add 3 big tablespoons of mayonnaise. It is best when you buy mayonnaise to buy the highest quality you can because you really taste the difference. No diet stuff for me. And stir it up. Some of you might want less mayonnaise, and that's okay. You can start with 1 tablespoon and see where you go from there. Personally, I like a really creamy tuna fish sandwich. That's what I got. So open up your bread and put your tuna salad in it. I like a lot of stuff inside my pieces of bread. So this 1 can is making me 1 fat tuna fish salad sandwich. You could make 2 sandwiches out of this, but for me, I'm going in all the way. You know, at those delis you go to and they just have the biggest and fattest sandwiches? That's what I'm aiming for. And this is gonna give you an indication of what using 1 can of tuna is gonna look like in your sandwich. So flip the lid on. Now don't call me crazy, but if I don't cut the edges off for my kids, they just take a few munchies in the middle and they leave the rest. So believe it or not, this will encourage my kids to eat all their sandwich. So I'm gonna take the edges off. I get a lot of comments when I do this to a sandwich. So you keep it on if you want to. I know the crust is really healthy and it's got, you know, nutrients in that too. I don't know, I kind of save this for me. Mommy eats it like I'm the little mousey in the kitchen. Oh, that's great. That's the mother's breakfast before you make lunches. Mommy is saving hers for later. Yum. And the favorite shape for my kids are triangles. If you have 2 toddlers, you can say, here's one for you and here's one for you. And that's great. This is a trick for a great snack for your kids at school. I gotta say, I kind of take this from the English tea sandwiches, the little cucumber sandwiches. I'm gonna make them on saltines though, because it's just faster and easier that way. So you want a cucumber, and I slice a big fatty up really thin. This is going to give my little cucumber sandwich a lot of crunch. I'm using cream cheese that's soft, and I spread a little bit on the cracker. You know what's coming next. A little slice of cucumber, a little more glue on the other side. Now look isn't that just the best little cucumber snack? Now a lot of times at school they have snack period. They get this for snack period. I'm gonna make them 2. Cream cheese, cucumber, cream cheese, lid. There. And watermelon was on sale at my grocery store. And 'tis the season. It's great to feed your kids seasonal fruit. And it's such a treat to have them the best time of the season. And that's why they go on sale. There's a bumper crop around then. So I cut the edges off. This is seedless, so I don't have to pick out those seeds. My kids never would eat the watermelon with the seeds in it. So now I'm gonna bag everything up for him. I always like to draw a little picture for my kid. He feels loved by his mommy. So this is gonna be a watermelon today, because that's what he's getting. So bag that up. Stick it in your brown bag or your lunchbox and give your kid a big hug and a kiss and wish him on his way for school. So subscribe to my channel and let's keep cooking together.